Hello and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we're going to be continuing the Archon quest for Subaru. So let's start with talking to this kid.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an Outlander? Did you know that the Sabzeruz festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone!
Okay. And then we'll talk to the old lady.
Dancing at the Sabzeruz festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger. As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the Goddess of Flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too. The Sabzeruz festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life. I heard she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Maybe Kusanali is the Lord of Flowers.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the Academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the Academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and... I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Huh. Words said face powder, but she said perfume.
Milu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown over there. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the Goddess of Flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that. Dunyarzad, you look absolutely stunning with it on. It's like I'm looking at the Goddess of Flowers herself. Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh,
Hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Tevat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Tevat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his sister.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
Are you also a fan of the Sabaru's festival?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
There's something really different about Catherine today.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious? We'd love that!
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions.
What about Dunyarzad?
My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Regzar and wait for Dia.
I don't need a teleport.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the Master and Mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
Yep, that's a blush if I've ever seen one.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord. Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you three together.
I take it you all know each other already?
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfon for more info.
No kidding. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell him what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is currently in Port Ormos.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Why should we do that?
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia, and you too, Osfond. Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see what we can find next.
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that.
Don't worry, we will.
Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival.
Let's see, way down there, huh? Damn, that is a ways. Okay, we'll teleport here and go south. Nah, I don't care about that quest right now. I am gonna try to avoid triggering it. And I triggered it. Huh? What's over there? Stay away, you nasty mushrooms. Hey Jaryuma, that person over there seems to be in trouble. We've got to help. Yep, alright.
Stabilize!
There is no escape!
Propagate!
Oh, you were a big help, thanks. As you can see, I'm a forest watcher here. As for my name, it's Rana. I'm Jaryuma. Paimon's Paimon. We're from a different nation. I see. You aren't dressed like the inhabitants of the forest, nor do you look like you're from the desert, but your clothes do have good breathability and are suitable for traveling in Subaru. Huh? Since Rana's a forest watcher, she should know Kalai, right? Hey Jaryuma, have you met that kid? Kalai hasn't been very well, but she still works hard to protect the forest and eliminate the wizarding. Everyone's worried about her, but she's with a trustworthy senior, the one with fluffy ears, so she should be fine. Huh, ears are you talking about? Amber. Tainari, right? Oh, Jaryuma, you know Tainari? Tainari may seem unapproachable, but he's actually a very nice person. He took really good care of me when I was a trainee, and his ears are gorgeous. Yeah, Paimon really wants to touch him. I know, right? But his ears are so glossy, I can't help wondering how they feel. Paimon could do it super stealthily. Hey, that will make Tainari angry, right? Anyway, Forest Watcher's duty is to protect the forest, assist travelers, and provide guidance. As the two of you might have noticed, lately the forest has been less than ideal. The fungi and beasts have been growing aggressive, then there's the withering. How about I escort both of you? My patrol route will pass through Vimara village next. It's smooth sailing from there to either Port Ormos or Sumeru City. Sure, let's go. Okay, I'll keep you both safe. Wait, this is the whole quest line? I guess we're taking a detour. Well, maybe it's not a detour. Since you're a forest watcher, Rana, you must be very familiar with the woods, right? I've lived here for years, and I know every tree in the forest, really. But the land's becoming somewhat peculiar lately. It's only been a few days, and a new wizarding zone has popped up already. So close to the main road, too. Wizarding zone again? We handled it with Tainari before. Jaryuma and Tainari disposed of a wizarding zone before? I won't go into how dangerous it is then. Regardless, let me mark down the location and radius of effect for now. After I take you to Vimara village, I'll go to Gandharvaville and bring Tainari over to help. No need, Rana. Just leave it to us. No way! The withering zone is lethal. Even veteran forest watchers wouldn't approach it unless absolutely necessary. Jaryuma can manipulate the elements, and it should somewhat stave off the withering effects. Now that I think about it, you did show such ability when fitting off the fungi. But still, you shouldn't do that. We can't have you injured by the withering after coming all this way. Don't worry, Rana. Jaryuma has proven to be very reliable in the many encounters throughout our journey. Leave it to me, it's a piece of cake. Alright, I understand. I'll wait here. If it's too much to handle, get out of there or call for help, and I'll be there. Jaryuma, I'll wait here. If it's too much to handle, get out of there or call for help, and I'll be there. What's up ahead?
How rude!
Ah, I didn't realize that hit you. Oh, that didn't break it? Oh, I guess we gotta kill these first, huh?
Think you can get away?
Please don't turn around. You turned around, you fucking cocksucker.
Shine down!
Yeah, I really can't activate that till they're dead, huh?
Gather!
There is no escape!
Scatter! neutralized.
Shine down!
Jaryuma is impressive, right? You're amazing. Incredibly amazing. Take it down a notch. Pardon me, Jaryuma, mister. You don't have to be so formal, just speak your mind. Let's drop the formalities, Jaryuma and Rana. Okay, so I wonder if you guys are interested in joining us. I can vouch for you both. It would be great to get powerful, dedicated people like Jaryuma and Paimon on our side. With you guys, we could better control the spread of the wizardry. Sure, you're probably not familiar with the woods, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wait. Oh yeah, speaking of the forest, Paimon's got a question. Do you remember the wondrous creatures we saw before? Wondrous creatures? You quickly describe the wondrous creatures you met previously. Oh, they sound like the mystical Aranara. Small, round, plant-like fairies. They are denizens of the woods and guardians of the trees. But we generally dismiss them as just a tale. You sure those weren't just some shroom boars you saw, Jaryuma? Shroom boars? Yeah, that's an animal you only see in the forest of Sumeru. They are round green beasts that live in the forest. We'd use them to find precious mushrooms. Sounds delicious. Sounds like we could probably make a stew with mushrooms out of them. Though Paimon doesn't think that's quite the same thing as what we saw. Anyway, in all my years in the woods, I've never seen an Aranara. However, you can ask the kids after you get to Vimara village. They seem to be very into the legend of Aranara. Although children always try to hide their thoughts from adults, you can read their minds like a book. Just like Paimon. Hey, that's because we're buddies and know each other very well. That said, you got moved, Jaryuma. Where did you learn that? Well, we ran across a lot of things on our journey, so we got to learn how to fight. I see. That must have been hard. This is Vimara village. Let me say hi to Grandpa or somebody. I'm back, Grandpa. Amadaya. Rana, you know the job of a forest watcher is important, but you should come around more often. Yeah, I know. I patrol the forest so that those tiger cubs can hang out in the woods safely. It was just a mess right now. There are tigers in Vimara village? Tiger cubs refers to Osum and his friends. By the way, your voice. I don't think I've ever met you. Do we have visitors? Oh yes, Grandpa, Amadaya. These two are... Rana gives Amadaya a brief rundown. Ah, I see. Welcome to Vimara village, and thanks for helping Rana out. Plan to form a night watch, getting Alfonso, Bahram, and Aurelius to safeguard the perimeter as a group. That's a great plan. It's for the good of the children, after all. Has something happened in Vimara village lately? Oh, could it be related to the round plant-like creatures we saw before? What are you talking about? That sounded like a cabbage from your description. It's okay, we're just a little uneasy from some recent news. Spent my whole life in Vimara village and never saw anything like this. I won't bore you with my stories. Please watch over Rana. She's always been a troublemaker since she was little. She got lost in the woods once when she was 7 or 8 for a couple of days. Hey now, Grandpa Amadaya. Fine, fine. You be a good host now, Rana. Don't let our guests down. For sure. Grandpa Amadaya is getting old and his eyes are starting to fail him, but he's really nice. Yeah, I was wondering if he was blind because he said their voice. You're back, Rana. Anything new? Who's the one beside you? I met this kind, powerful traveler. How about you? Caught anything good? You know what? When you see the kids, tell them a feast is waiting. You interested? Not sure yet. Maybe later. I'm back, Alfonso. I see. Who is that with you? Allow me to introduce these two impressive travelers who have helped me a lot. And this here is Alfonso, just about the most dependable person in Vimara village. You flatter me, Rana. Anyway, nice to meet you two, and thanks for looking after Rana. You don't look like a local, Alfonso. Are you a traveler too? Haha, you're an experienced traveler indeed. Saw right through me at a glance. I came in as an apprentice from Fontaine, but ended up staying because I really like it here. It has been years since. Alfonso is practically one of us now. Anyway, how are the kids? They're not running around, are they? I mean, it's not a good time right now. They're in the village, waiting for you to return, after Cavis came back. Is it really okay to talk about that before our guests? Maybe we should talk about it later. Is it something important? We could come back later. Don't worry, they saved my life after all. Actually, you could have made it on your own. Time is life to me. You saved me time, so you saved my life. Anyway, some of the children of the Vimara village have gone missing recently. That warrants much more than anyways. This is a very serious problem. Have you notified the sheriff in Sumeru City yet? Is there anything we can help with? Wait, just listen to me. The missing children always come back in a few days, though they don't remember what happened. I'd round up a search party every time. Sometimes we run into wild animals, sometimes a withering zone. Other times, outsiders obviously too tough for us to handle. However, we could never find the kids since the woods are simply too big to search, even for Rana. Yeah, but in the end they would suddenly return when no one was paying attention and couldn't recall anything when asked. They remembered nothing at all. I'm not sure. I think they just don't want to tell us adults. Even though I'm only a few years older than them. Still, that's pretty concerning. Right? So I've been patrolling nearby recently, looking out for anything unusual. That's also why I just spoke to Amadaya about forming a night watch. I also asked Alfonso to keep an eye on the kids. Sorry. It's okay, I'd be more concerned if they actually stay put. I'm gonna have a word with Isofat later. It's his job to watch after Cavis and Sudabe. You ought to take it easy for a while here, Rana. You're the only one who can get through to the kids. It's dangerous outside lately. Wizarding Zone aside, you got the Fatui from Stensnaya with their armed mercenaries operating in the forest. If something goes wrong. Fatui? I know, I'll be careful, but I should be on the ball because it is dangerous. But even if you could deal with the wild animals, the Fatui are more than you can handle, Rana. Sounds like Alfonso knows the Fatui very well. Well, I learned about them from the travelers shuttling between Sumeru City and Port Ormos. It's Rana. Rana is back, with Alfonso too. Here comes trouble. Anyways, think it over, Rana. I picked a bunch of starshrooms for you, Rana. Yosem, didn't you promise me to never wander outside the village? The Rushbalin Raja will come and get you if you don't behave. I'm big now, and I'm not scared of anything. Did you catch the Gator Raja this time, Rana? I want to hear some tales from the woods, Rana. Well, I didn't see the Gator Raja this time, but I brought you a golden lion and a silver... Silver what, though? Weasel thief? Why weasel thief? Silver duskbird. Silver bass. Super silver specter. Calm down, Paimon. Alright, stop picking on them. Jaryuma and Paimon are my friends. Paimon's not gonna get mad at kids. Regardless, you know a lot of animals. That's right. Rana would tell us stories every time she's back. She told us about a huge gator last time, and the Sumpter Beast Lord, and the Rishbolin Raja that couldn't be caught. That's right, and it will come and get you if you don't behave. Oh no. Everyone in the village sure seems to be getting along. If only it could always be like this. Hope the children could stay safe. Anyway, my friends here came from a place far, far away. Why don't we let them tell a story today? Me? Sure, our trip to Sumeru has been a very eventful one. Yeah, let's all go to Rana's house. Last one there is a specter. Be careful going over the bridge. Don't fall into the water. Let's go. I'm definitely not falling behind. Stop running on the bridge, you might fall into the water. Could he push him? Oh, almost got him. Damn it. Yeah, water. Oh, Rana's brought some visitors. Welcome. Wish I was able to push him.
Scatter!
These kids ran faster than birds could fly. You guys are getting good at running. It's going to worry me sick if you run away someday. We won't run if Rana's here. I'm gonna marry Rana when I grow up. Is that the girl or is that a boy? Wait, didn't you promise to marry me? Liar. Okay, I think that's a girl. We'll sort this out later. You'll meet more people when you grow up. People more impressive and better than me. For instance, Mr. Blonde here is way mightier than me, and has met many great people along the journey from far away, right? Well, not exactly. Have you been traveling a long time? Rana said you'd tell us stories. I've got lots of stories. You got the tiger cubs, and I have a meeting to go to. You kids be good to him, and stay put till I come back. Okay. Come on, let Traveler voice a story. Alright, onto the stories. You're Yosem, right? What story would you like to hear? Stories about dragons. Alfonso said they are ancient and very powerful. Sea monsters. I heard there's a lot of big sea monsters in the sea. I want stories about a distinguished lady who is smart and powerful. Well, I guess we're telling her about the ride in Shogun. The first kid about, Devalin. And the second one about, the fight with the ancient god in Leeway. You all want different stories. Hey, isn't there someone that knows stories of the 8-headed hydras, silver-haired banshees, and the wicked abyss dragon? Paimon thinks everyone would be happy if that person was here. How about this? We know a lot of stories and we'll tell them all. We could ask them about how they went missing while at it. True, and about the mysterious creatures too. As a trade to Yosem, Kabas, and Satabe, you'll tell us what you know too. Sure. Anyway, tell the kids a story in a way that they'll find fun. I want dragon stories. Alfonso told me that they exist in the world. He said a huge evil dragon lives in a place called Mondstadt. Alfonso sure has his ears on the ground. Yeah, we know about that. So what is that dragon like? Alfonso said it is terrifying and pillages Mondstadt. How should Paimon put it? This is a tale of friends resolving their misunderstanding? I guess this is a tale of heroes triumphing over evil. Here it goes. A long, long time ago, in a kingdom far away, a big dragon with huge wings and sharp fangs laid in deep slumber. When the dragon woke up, it saw the world had changed. Growl, the dragon announced. I'm mad now, and I'm going to wreck your little house and keeps. The dragon wasn't actually bad, but was tricked by an evil sorcerer into thinking everyone's bad. Then one day, two travelers arrived. Paimon tells the story of the Azure Blue Dragon in a way that really engages the kids. So with everyone's help, the travelers removed the curse from the dragon and helped it find its friend. Wow, I had thought dragons were terrible and would eat sumpter beasts and people. How big is the dragon though? Big like a house? Big enough to swallow the Vimara village in one bite. Wow, if that's true, we could fly around inside a dragon's belly. When it gets hot, we'll go to Snezhnaya that Alfonso talked about, where it snows. When it's rainy season, we'll go to Veluca, where Granny Jahit is from. Veluca? Oh, that's a desert. Anyway, when I grow up, I want to travel everywhere like you. That's right, travel and make friends. Just like how we traveled and got to know you. Can we ask you a few questions, Eosin? Ask about the mysterious creatures in the forest. Rana told us they could be around Aranara. Have you heard anything about them, Eosin? About that. No, I heard nothing about Aranara. They look like cabbages. Second thought, yeah, they do. Yeah, so you've seen Aranara before. Actually, I've heard about them in Granny Jahit's story. Can we ask Granny Jahit? No. Alright, we'll drop it. Rana and the others are very worried about you kids. Eosin, have you gotten lost in the woods recently? No, I know the woods very well. There's no way I could get lost. But Subadiah and Calvis did. Everyone was worried, but not me, because I know Rana would take them home. Rana? Who's that? I mean Rana. Rana will find them and take them home. Aranara. That's the Aranaras is what he was talking about. That's suspicious, but Paimon doesn't think we can find out more. Let's change the topic. Why are you interested in dragon stories, Eosin? I want to be great like a dragon. Then I can help Rana and Alfonso. They work very hard. It always takes a long time for Rana to patrol the woods. Alfonso goes out there when no one's looking too. I could help them as soon as I grow up so they can spend more time in the village. Paimon gets it. You're a great kid, Eosin. Oh, that was very informative, honestly. So now we know that they can see him. They were hanging out with him, and he assumed that the Aranara was gonna bring these guys back. Sea monsters. I heard there's lots of big and peculiar monsters in the sea. Like the fish that's as large as an island, or the squid as long as a river. And the story about the puppet in the well. Also the turtle carrying an elephant on its back. You've heard a lot of stories. Why the interest in sea monsters? When I grow up, I want to be a sailor. Going on 7 voyages and discovering uncharted islands and lands. That's why I want to learn about sea monsters. This way, I can defeat them one day. We ran across some pirates before. Wow, that's cool. Did they find any treasure? Any tales of adventure? Not sure, but Paimon does have a sea monster story. Once upon a time, there was a sea serpent with many heads living in the ocean. It was taller than a mountain when it stretched out its neck. The serpent didn't behave, so a god trapped it on the sea floor under rocks to prevent it from making waves and destroying the harbor. After a long while, the serpent woke up and griped, "Curse you, despicable god! I'll wash all your houses and treasures out to the sea and make them mine. Roar!" Then it rose up to higher than the mountains and caused a tidal wave. Paimon tells the story of the people in the flying castle fighting the sea hydra together in a way that really engages the kids. That was how everybody worked together to defeat the serpent and protect the city. So the serpent has been defeated? What a shame. I wanted to beat it myself when I grew up. You'll face other monsters when you grow up. What kind of monsters? Let's talk about something else. Promise to tell you what I know after hearing your story, so what would you like to know? About the mysterious creatures in the woods. Oh, there's a lot of them in the forest. Like the legendary Sumpter Beast Lord, it isn't like any ordinary Sumpter Beast and will attack intruders. And the Rishbalan Raja that snatches bad children away, but I'm old enough to know Rana made that up to scare the kids. They all sound interesting, but we'd like to know about that round plant-like fairies called Aranara. Do you know about them? Oh, Aranara? Never heard of them, but I know about Gator Raja. It's a very, very big gator in the woods that has lived for a long, long time, and it's very, very cunning. There was this one time... That didn't sound convincing. Never mind. Well, Paimon can't believe there's a gator like that. Do you go into the woods often, Cavis? Yeah, I used to, but not lately, since I got lost in there once. At least that's what the adults said. That's what the adults said. Because I don't remember anything. I went into the forest to see my friend and shared stories about my sister then. I just can't remember what happened. When it came to my senses, I was back in the village already. My father held me tightly while everyone was around me, asking me if I was hurt, hungry, or thirsty, and they wouldn't let me go there again. You went into the forest to see your friend? Hey, you have a friend in the forest? Doesn't everyone live in the village? Yeah, a friend to everyone lives in the forest. Taught us many things, like what wild fruits we shouldn't eat and what trees would let us climb on them. So what's that friend like? Well, can't tell you, I'm sorry. Although we're friends, I made a pact with Sudabe and Eosin. Paimon guesses it's a secret between the kids. I think we just hit a dead end. Okay, we understand. Now be a good boy and don't play outside the village. Of course, I'll be a good big brother to Subade and Eosin. Yep, I kind of figured the girl was the one that's gonna be most likely to spill the beans. What story would you like to hear, Subade? Any story would do, but I'd like to have a distinguished lady who is smart and powerful. Well, she doesn't have to be a distinguished lady, but the character's got to be determined and loving. Like Princess Cinnamon, who left her palace with the tiger in the fairy tale. That's a lot of demands. Well, Paimon knows several ladies who fit that description, but somehow they all have connections to Electro. Electro is good, makes plants stronger and bear more fruit. You know a lot, Subade. So where should Paimon start? A general and a shrine lady, or the library? I guess a general and a shrine maiden. Oh yeah, making the shrine maiden a priestess and the general a queen should help you understand it better. Are they both distinguished ladies? Yeah, they both are. I was expecting it to be about Raiden, Shogun, not. I should have went with Lisa. Once upon a time in a kingdom far away, there was a very beautiful and powerful queen. But war came, and although the queen won, she also lost many friends. She cried and cried, sobbed, I'm going to make a robot and have it work for me. Then I shall live alone in the palace forever and not make any more friends so I won't lose them. Beep, copy that, working now, replied the robot, who then began running the kingdom for the queen. Then some bad guys started the scheme. Guess this is about Raiden Shogun. Where does the priestess come in? The queen had a pretty and powerful priestess friend who couldn't bear to see the queen go on like this. So this is about, Yaimiko. That was when a traveler came to the kingdom. He and his companion were both smart and brave. So the priestess saw, they are agile and resilient. If they're willing to help. Paimon tells the story of the queen and the priestess, both of whom are distinguished ladies, in a way that really engages the kids. In the end, the lonely robot was still working hard, but that's another story. Everyone was so awesome. Even though that traveler wasn't a distinguished lady, he was still strong. That's what I want to be when I grow up. What if I had a female character instead? Paimon's sure you could do it, but if you don't behave and get lost out there, then none of that will happen. Very sly of you, Paimon. Yes, I'll behave and won't wander outside. What happened when you got lost before? I don't remember. I just went into the woods to gather herbs. Herbs? Yeah, Alfonso said that there's a herb to improve Grandpa's eyesight. He has trouble seeing things lately. He can't even see people coming his way, so I wanted to help Grandpa. Did Alfonso send you? No, he warned me not to wander into the forest too. But I wanted to help, so I sneaked off. Then I don't remember the rest. Nothing at all? Nothing. When I came round, I was already home. My brother said everyone was worried. I know what I did was wrong, and will never sneak off into the woods again. That's right, good girl. Speaking of the forest, about the mysterious creatures. I don't know anything about them. Whoa, that was fast. What do you mean by mysterious? If I know what they are, they're not mysterious. If I don't, I want to be able to tell you. Sorry. That actually makes a lot of sense. But when Paimon wanted to ask about his round plant-like fairies. Round and plant-like? Oh. Did that ring a bell, Subade? Oh no, that sounds mysterious. That's a shame. Cause Rana said she would love to know what an Aranara is. Oh, she wants to know too? Then she does. Also, didn't the priestess in the story say, don't be a tantrum-throwing child who refuses to talk to others? Okay, the priestess and the queen are really great friends. But like how they trust each other, I think Rana would understand why I can't say it. When I'm old enough to understand a lot more, I'll tell Rana and you two. But no, not now. I'll be old by then. It's okay, I'll also age, so you'll always be more mature than me. Alright then, we won't ask any more questions. Just be a good girl and don't wander around. Thank you for the story. I loved it very much. I'm gonna be smart, pretty, and strong, just like the priestess. Then I'll marry Rana. Seems they know about the mysterious creatures, but just don't want to tell us. Should we get just treated as a secret between kids? I mean, divide and conquer sounds like a dick move. Yeah, we'll do it. Come on, they're just kids, not villains. Just treat it as a secret they don't want the adults to know. We're staying in Sumeru for a while, and we'll have time to look into it. I'm back. How did it go? Was it fun? It was fun. It told us a story. Dragons actually don't eat people, Rana. Oh yeah? That's good to hear. I was worried a dragon might fly over here and eat you all someday. Oh no! Storytelling is kind of fun. I'm beat. Okay, you should go home now. It's about time to eat. Iosfat said he caught good stuff in the water today. Come with us, Rana, and both of you too. We've got business to tend to, but thanks for the invite. I want to eat with Rana. I'll be there next time. Come on, you've got to go now, or Icefat's going to finish it all by himself. Okay, bye Rana. Bye you two. Stick around for a minute, Yosim. I want to talk to you. I'm concerned about you. The forest hasn't been the same lately. The animals are getting aggressive and more fungi have popped up. Same with the withering zones, which keep appearing. Don't go picking mushrooms anymore, okay, Yosim? Don't worry, I know we're safe and not safe. What's more, starshrooms are tasty, and they give you the energy to keep working hard. No, Granny Jahit and I are both worried. Promise me that you won't run around out there before I figure out what's going on. Okay. That's a good boy, Yosim. You'll be great when you grow up. Alright, go get with Kavitz and others. Or go eat. I hope they'll grow up safe and sound. What do you think about these kids, Jaryuma? I've seen worse. Yeah, I understand. Regardless, I hope they'll grow up safe and sound. My patrol is actually not done yet. I've still got to check out the west and I have a favor to ask. Jaryuma, Paimon, would you mind coming with me? Yeah? Why? Spotted some withering zones there with no one to check them. I'm very worried about kids wandering into one. Jaryuma, now that you're here, will you give me a hand with that? Please, though I have nothing to repay you with. I'll take that nice axe of yours. Hey, he is only joking. We don't need payment, right, Jaryuma? So you will help? I really appreciate it. I don't know how I can make it up to you. You've done so much for me. Well, we're not going to ignore those in need. Let's go then. Get up from there, then go straight way into you. Up where? The best thing about my house is that I can sneak out of it without anyone noticing. That's how I've been running off all the time since I was a kid. Alright, back to business, Jaryuma. Let's go whenever you are ready. I guess let's go. Sure, it's not far to the west. Another withering zone. Wait. Which way are we going? Oh, there are roses growing here. When I was a trainee, it's not far from here. Wow, it's so close to the village. Here we are. When I was little, I would often take this road to go down to the river valley to play. The withering zones are appearing so quickly now. Tainari and the others are too busy to deal with them in time. But it's a good thing we have you here now. Leave it to me. Okay, you made clean work of those withering zones before, but they're still dangerous. If it gets to be too much, be sure to leave the realm and take some rest. Good luck, Jaryuma. Okay, so we definitely need to kill these first.
Propagate! Shine down!
Gather!
Scatter!
Not sure what that even does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I ran out. Really, more enemies?
Stabilize.
Whoa, Venti almost
Time
died?
for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
Wait, did his max health decrease? How are you feeling, Jaryuma? Do you feel weak or nauseous? No? Next, there's another withering zone over there. Damn. This withering zone's expanding. Regardless, I'll leave it in your capable hands, just like before, Jaryuma. Just don't overdo it. I won't, don't worry. Thanks, Jaryuma.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one of them. Oh, there's another.
Careless.
And where's the, that all of them?
Solidify.
Illusion shattered. Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Here.
Head over that way next. There's a spinal crocodile. No, we're not getting rid of the withering? Well, the recent alligator activity has people especially worried. Forest Watchers are also tasked with protecting the ecosystem. Recently, potentially because of the withering zones, the alligators have become, shall we say, unusually manic. Not only have they been invading other animals' territories, but they're reproducing at a faster rate. If this goes on, it won't just be a danger to the children, but to the forest ecosystem as well. Luckily, your opponent is in a withering zone this time. It's my time to shine. Hehe, you rest up, Jaryuma. Leave this one to me. Rest? Not a chance. We're coming to help. They're really okay? That's great then. I'll finally get to fight side by side with you. Oh, she's not usable. Well, they actually got her fighting. That's...
Shine down. Brace yourselves.
Whoa, that lag spike.
Yahoo!
Gather.
Time for takeoff.
Oh, I was
Here
kind
we
of
go.
expecting them all to be sucked in.
Yeah.
Phew. Nice to have the chance to do something. This should help with our problem a little. Besides, watching you fight made me realize that I still have a lot to learn. Jaryuma, like footwork and timing too. An experienced traveler like you is just absolutely amazing. Paimon has me on a strict training regimen. Well, we're always improving together as companions. Thank you so much. Really. That reminds me. How's your condition, Jaryuma? After taking care of so many withering zones, do you feel dizzy or nauseous or anything? I think I'm dying. I see. Lie down, quickly. I'll go get help. Hey, don't make jokes like that, Jaryuma. You'll worry Rana. Just kidding. Sorry about that. I actually feel completely fine. That's good. You've done so much. Goodness, I feel so much better now. Let's take a break. One of our 4th patrol campsites isn't far from here. Should have equipment and supplies. I'm actually not tired. Camping, that sounds fun. Then off we go. It's just ahead. Really just off the track of the main story now, aren't we? For a quest that I was trying to avoid grabbing. Oh well. There's an Oculus, I think. Come on. Oh. Here we are. What's that round thing at the edge? This thing looks like a small cabin. Well, I'm not sure where it came from, but you see them all the time in the forest of Sumeru. Maybe it's some kind of ruin? Strange. Since you've asked, I seem to have heard about this kind of house and its resident. Who was it again? Wasn't that researcher who's in Satyavada's life? Oh, never mind. Jaryuma, Paimon, wait here for a second. I'm gonna go tidy up the campsite, get a fire going, and get some ingredients ready. We'll help you. I can't have that. I was one who asked you to come and help clean up the withering zones. Just think of us as trainee forest watchers. What do you need us to do, Rana? Well, if you insist, Paimon. Could you help me get some firewood then? All you need is some wood chopped? That's nothing. Jaryuma could do that. No, we'll need to collect some dried branches. That's right. You know your stuff, Jaryuma. You'd make a fine forest watcher. That's so? Okay, got it. Let's go, Jaryuma. I should have just said thank you. See if I still got another quest. Let's see. I'm guessing this is the firewood here. But why do we have to pick tree branches? Camping is tough. You have to pick branches to start a fire. Yep, that should be enough. Let's go find Rana. Guys are back. I'm almost done here as well. Will these be enough, Rana? Yep, that's more than enough. Alright, one of our camping traditions is to have the most esteemed person in the group light the campfire. Eek, fire, so scary. Really? Quit fooling around. Don't act like we haven't burned anything along our journey. Leave it to us. Well then, I'll leave lighting the campfire to you. Really? I don't have pyro on, Traveler.
Outrider Amber, reporting.
Oops. Use the supply stored at the campsite and the ingredients gathered along the way. Rana makes a pot of ritually fragrant curry. Everyone stuffs their face. Ah, it's so good. Curry tastes even better after hard work. Sounds like Rana stole Paimon's line. Paimon doesn't care about such things. Still, this curry is so aromatic. What if the smell draws some critters or hilichurls over here? Curry, curry in the air. Hungry children, it's time to come home. This is a children's song from Sumeru. There's something free about curry. Each family adds different ingredients and spices depending on how they make it, so each family's curry has its own flavor. So when we were little, we could smell a curry and tell whether it was made by our parents. But once we got older, we couldn't tell whose curry was whose anymore. They all seem about the same. But still, you know that it's time to go home and eat when you smell curry. Curry, curry in the air. Hungry children, it's time to come home. Stuff you make also has a different aroma, Jaryuma. Oh, is that so? I'd like to try. No. No. Eh? Why? Jaryuma means that we just ate so much of this curry, so maybe another time. Okay. Damn, I was trying to fuck around like... That reminds Paimon. Why do you have to pick up branches instead of chopping down trees when you want to start a fire? Does the Dendro Archon punish people who cut down trees? What? Jaryuma, what do we do? Oh no, it's because fresh wood has too much moisture in it, so it's hard to light. Also, the Dendro Archon isn't that petty. Still, our teachings in Sumeru also say to respect nature and the forest, because we are the forest subjects. So are the birds and the bees, San. In the end, the forest will remember. Even if you grow up and forget, don't fret. The forest will remember. Rana, are you okay? Eh? Oh. Felt like something lost in the memories for a long time just occurred to me. Something warm and precious, but I couldn't remember it all. Just those 2 lines. Dang it. It's like when you have to sneeze, but it just won't come out. How infuriating. Some things are harder to remember the more you try to remember them. Just ignore it, and after a while, it might suddenly come back to you when you're doing something else. I'll try. Thanks again for watching those kids in the village for me before. They're like my little brothers and sisters. The oldest one is Cabbas. He wants to travel the world by boat when he grows up. Sudabe is his little sister. She says she wants to be just like me. It's a little embarrassing. I don't think there's anything embarrassing about that. Then there's Yosin. I'm more worried about him. He was raised by Granny Jahit after being abandoned in the village. So Yosin was... Yes. I was still just a little girl back then. One day the adults discovered that a traveling couple who'd been staying in the village were gone. All they left behind was this teeny tiny child. I always used to worry about him. But now he and Cabbas and the others are like family. Alfonso also looks after him. Just like a real older brother would. About what you and the children were talking about before. Yeah, now that you mention it, when we were telling stories to the children, we also asked around. About Aranara and the kids going missing. About that, eh? Do you have any clues? We were also really worried, so we asked around. The kids said that they were in the woods, and the next thing they knew, they were in the village. They couldn't remember anything that had happened before that. That's right. Cabbas and Sudabe suddenly appeared in the village after going missing for a few days. Everyone was worried sick while they were gone. Alfonso even organized a search and rescue team. What is it, Rana? Now that I think about it, it was actually kind of funny. Remember what I said about Curie before? Alfonso made the search party take Curie into the forest with him so the children could smell it. Anyway, we didn't find Cabbas or Subade, but they came home on their own. It was a whole memory loss situation. Something about this whole thing just doesn't feel right. So I've been patrolling the forest and ruling out any elements that could harm the children. Yosem is the only one left who hasn't gone missing, so I have to protect him. Also about the Aranara. That's the round plant-like fairies you mentioned before. They said they didn't know, but they were acting like they were hiding something about the Aranara. I don't know much about the creatures myself, but I'll tell you the part I heard. First of all, they're much like you described, round and plant-like. The forest is vast and deep here in Sumeru, and it's constantly changing like a gargantuan beast, so even locals will lose their way, let alone travelers. Legends has it that there are countless bizarre and amazing creatures in forests like this, and the most famous among them are the Aranara, which supposedly means the forest people. The Aranara are related to the Dingo Archon and are the guardians of the forest. They're the bridge between people and trees. They also have the ability to enter dreams. But for the people of Sumeru, dreams are very rare. That sounds amazing. Agreed. They might not say it in front of the adults, but I think they really like the legend of the Aranara. Who knows, maybe they've seen an Aranara while playing in the forest. It's normal for children to have secrets amongst themselves that they keep from grown-ups, so long as they can grow up healthy and become strong, kind, and good adults. About Alfonso. Well, speaking of him, Alfonso seems like he's really popular in Vimara village. He organized a search party and the kids talk about him all the time. Oh, him? He's like an older brother to them. We've treated him like family since he arrived in the village a few years ago. According to him, like Yosim, he doesn't have any family, so he sees his place as his real home. Yosim also sees him as his actual big brother. Paimon gets it. If the two stayed in Vimara village, I know they'd be very happy to have another big brother and big sister. Like I said before, if it's possible, I hope that you could join the ranks of the Watchers, and we will patrol together. What do you think? Well, I'm actually traveling to find someone. Briefly explain the reasons for your travels to Rana. I see. I understand how you feel, Jaryuma. I also had a friend who was very dear to me vanished out of nowhere, but they... Well, that's not important. The blonde girl you're looking for, I feel like I've heard about her somewhere before. Let me think. Nope, I can't remember. I'm sure someone told me a story about a blonde girl before, just like Gold and called a Nara or something. Paimon feels like Rana's memory isn't too good. That's worrying. There's no need to force yourself, Rana. Paimon hopes the kids of the Vimara village are doing okay. Well, I'm very happy that I can meet the two of you. I'm sure the children feel the same way. Not only skilled, but also so kind. And I'm so moved that you would worry about my little brothers and sisters in Vimara village. I'll keep an eye out for the person you're looking for. Then when you finish your journey, come to Sumeru. We can patrol the forest together. Let's put a pin in that for now. Okay, but think about it. If only I could have met you and Paimon earlier. You're making Paimon blush. Think she's asleep. You can sleep even while sitting upright. You must be exhausted. Looks like Rana doesn't have our stamina. Do you want to take a rest? Yeah, I'm gonna get a little nap too. Sleep well. I slept so well, I don't even remember falling asleep. Sorry about that. You can eat sleep even while sitting upright. You must have been exhausted before. Not really. I just ate a lot and was feeling so relaxed that I just... And here's a little forest watcher trivia for you. When searching for a missing person in the forest, you want to feed them something that's easy to digest when you find them. Digestion consumes stamina. That's why you feel sleepy easily after eating. Or at least, that's what the academia researchers say. Jaryuma, Paimon, have you rested? You worked so hard yesterday. We slept like babies. Yeah, don't worry about us. Are you sure? Okay then, thank you so much for yesterday. Feel much better now that you're here. You can count on Jaryuma. Is there any work left to do today? Let me see. I think we were just about done here. Let's head back to Vimara village. We could check in on the situation on our way back. Okay, let's go. Okay, we gotta return to the village. So I'm gonna call this one here. If you watch this, thanks for watching. And I hope you all have wonderful lives. Peace.